quickly find out who's here in this room. So how many of you are developers? A lot of developers. Anybody from marketing? Okay. The rest are all developers. Good. I'm going to be talking to the developers. Marketing people, I don't know how much I can teach you. But yeah, so we've got the right kind of audience. Are you all actively working on some plugins, or are you dabbling with something? Have you developed a plugin of your own? How many of you have developed a plugin or theme of your own? When I say own, even with a team. Okay. Can you tell me something about your plugin, please? You can sit.
Actually, I have modified a plugin, not developed from scratch.
Okay. So you forked from a... You forked?
Yeah.
You forked the code?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have modified the plugin. So
What does the plugin do?
basically, when the YouTube API, YouTube API.
Okay.
So whenever any post on any post, we show the YouTube video on when the YouTube video will finish.
Right.
It shows the post to like the post or Facebook post.
So it shows a video,
Yes.
and you can have social shares. You can like it or spread the word about it.
So whenever the video will take place, the pop-up will come and it will show to like the video and all that.
Very useful. Anybody else wants to tell me what plugin or theme you developed? I saw a lot of hands go up. Yeah, please.
Hi.
Hi.
I have developed plugin on WordPress.
Okay.
Related to WordPress.
Right.
I think you must know that I developed plugin called WP Job Manager.
WP?
WP Job Manager.
Job Manager, right?
Which automatically now.
Right.
So it's basically you are doing a job order. You are going to create a job. You are going to create in the WordPress.
Okay.
After development solution.
Okay.
You integrate all these to user profile. This one is posting a job. Posting a resume. You will come on the activity fields like that's it's a free version.
That's a smart thing to do. What you've done is you've created a plugin on top of WordPress, right? Which integrates with WordPress. That's a very smart thing to do, because all you have to do is, piggyback on a popular plugin, right? So if WordPress becomes popular and you have to do nothing to make that popular, your plugin will automatically. Sorry,
Then another plugin is job manager.
Exactly. So if you have got these two popular plugins, which you have to do nothing to promote, and you're building a product that integrates these two, it's absolutely fantastic. So that's a good idea in itself. Anybody else wants to tell me? We still have a few minutes to go.
Yeah, I developed a plugin, WP responsibility.
Okay.
So what is the you can have responsibility on your access provider.
Right.
So this settings where from which site you want to select menu and hide that menu generally comes with your theme.
Okay.
So there are lots of settings like color, change color and all those things.
So you like a whole theme, if you don't like the menu that comes with it.
Yeah.
You use your plugin.
Yeah.
That's good as well. So have you put it on WordPress or what? How are you?
Yeah. It's like 30,000 active installs.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. I don't think you should be in this room then. You already know what to do. Okay. We are not on time. I can't see it. That's Okay, while we are waiting, let me quickly capture expectations. Okay, so large number we've already established are developers. Those who came in late, again, let's just have a quick show of hands. How many of you are developers again? Yeah, thank you. Okay, and marketing? Okay. So like I was saying earlier, I'm actually going to be talking to the developers. So if you guys have any tips, please feel free to share your learnings, right? So what are your expectations? Can I bust that cigarette? It's okay if I don't see it. So let me capture expectations quickly. What are you expecting from this session?
How to earn more money?
How to earn more money. Okay. Okay. That's a fair expectation. That's why we are all here. Right. So earn more. What else?
How to get more popular?
How to become popular. Okay.
How to do both of these at faster pace?
Okay. Really make fast money.
Not only money, both of them.
Buy a lottery, but okay. Right. Okay. So make money. How to do this fast? How to accelerate your growth? Right. Any other expectations? Okay. So most of us typically we start off in the development world. We have a problem. Okay, we struggle with it. We look for a plugin and or theme, and we say all of it out there is junk. Let me develop one myself. You develop your own product, and then you say, you know what? There are so many people who might have the same problem. So I want to market my plugin, and I want to publish this, and I want to share this with the world because I suspect everybody has this problem, right? So you develop a plugin, and you say, you know what? I know in my heart this is a fantastic product. So you think. Okay, so you think you're going to build it and people are going to come flooding at your door because you have this fantastic product. And all of the plugins that you guys talked about are really, really special products and do something very niche, right? It's not a general CSS, just CSS enhancer or anything. These are very nice products, right? So you think you're going to just build it and they will come, but more often than not, this is what happens. And it's not to say that you have a junk product. It's actually, your product may be absolutely fantastic, but unless people know it's out there, they don't know where to go. So, again with the expectations, I just wanted to say, what am I going to talk about? I'm not going to talk about any tactics or any tips that require you to acquire new skills. Okay? I'm not going to talk about anything that requires you to spend a lot of money. Okay? So, this automatically rules out. I'm not going to talk about SEO. So if you're expecting a lot of tips for on-page, off-page, SEO and stuff, you have to acquire new skills because most of the people out here are developers. If you want to do that, attend the next session. Alex is talking about SEO. You must catch it. I'm not going to talk about paid ads. You need money. I'm going to tell how to make money, right? Okay? I'm also not going to tell you how to do celebrity endorsement, right? So unless Shah is your friend and meet me after the session, please, I want to be friends with you. You need a lot of money to get him to endorse your plugin, right? So this is what I'm going to talk about. Simple, easy stuff. And most of the things that I will talk about, you'll say, I know this. But then you're not doing it. You're doing something else, right? So some of these tips may be reminders for you to remind you how important it is that you do this stuff, even if it seems really brain dead simple, right? So I'm going to talk about simple stuff. I'll talk about a little bit about how to get more visitors to your website, and I'll talk a lot about how to keep them there, how to get a conversion once somebody lands on your page. Because that is super precious. If you say, my website has no traffic. Even when you say no traffic, it has 100 people at least. From 100 people, if you can get one conversion, all you have to do is multiply that. You get 1,000 people, you get 10 conversions. You have to keep getting more people and you have your conversions. But if you don't know what to do with them after they land on your website, it's a loss, right? So that's what I'm going to talk about. What do you think of a conversion? What do you call a conversion? When I say conversion, what does it mean to you? Right? Somebody else said something.
Purchasing a product.
Okay, so purchasing is one thing, but like he said, user engagement. Try and be friends with your visitors. They may not buy from you today, but if they like you enough, they may give you their mail ID. That's huge. That's a huge barrier that we have crossed, and we have trusted you enough to say, look, here's my mail ID. Don't spam me, but yeah, please send an email to me, right? So that in itself is a conversion. If they say, I don't want to give you my mail ID, I'm afraid of getting spam, but I like your product and I'm going to tell my friend about it, that is also a conversion. So a sale, an email ID, a social share, just them telling somebody about it is a conversion. So don't undermine the value of a non-sale, but just them giving their email ID or social share. Right. So those of you have your plugins. Do you have a website? Do you have a website that you're selling this on? Not yet? Okay. Anybody else? Do you have a website? You have a website. Right. So why do you need that website? What does your website talk about? Does it talk only about your product features? Does it do something else? You have a blog?
Yeah.
Right. So why do you need a blog? Okay. Before I start with that, what we do is in the online world, we forget the principles of the offline world. Right? It's the same thing. If I was selling shampoo, okay, if I was selling shampoo and if I were to have if this workshop was about why my shampoo is the best shampoo in the world and it has these chemicals and it doesn't have these chemicals and this is the formula I use for my shampoo, you would not attend. But if I have a session about how to take care of your hair, okay, how not to make it grey like my hair is grey, right? You would come here. If I tell you this is what to do to avoid split ends, this is how you get a good haircut, this is what you do to keep your hair silky and smooth and black, you would attend. So if you go to your audience and tell them my product is the best product here, my product has these features, you'll just be blown away. They're not going to listen to you. But if you have say a survey plugin, okay, like you have a YouTube video plugin. If you talk about your plugin's features on your blog, they're not going to be interested so much. If you talk about how to create a YouTube video, how to structure your video, okay, how to publish it on YouTube, and how to spread the word on YouTube, they'll come and listen to you. So maintain a blog, but your blog should not be about your product only, right? You can put in a few references here and there, but it needs to be about them, always, not about your product. So if it's a survey plugin, talk about ways in which you can set up a good survey, talk about ways in which they can invite their customers for that survey, what sort of surveys are good. So make it about them. Any questions so far? Okay. Again, going back to the offline world, if you had a shampoo and you were the only one who was selling it, okay, if we had Sunsilk shampoo and Sunsilk, this big company was the only company that was selling it, it would be very hard for them to sell anything, right? So what do? They reach out to all those Kirana stores. When you go and pick up a Sunsilk shampoo sachet from your Kirana store, rest assured that there is a huge chain out there. There are distributors, there are resellers, there are like 1,000 people in that whole pipeline, because of which you got it. You need to build that pipeline. Exactly like that in the online world. So you need affiliates, right? So set up an affiliate program. It will get very hard and tiresome if you have to plug your own product every time. So get other people to talk about you. Partner with deal sites and coupon sites. Can anybody think of a reason why not to do this?
Charging money.
They charge a commission. They do. But if a deal site were to come and tell you, I'm going to sell your product, would you give it? No? I know a deal site, okay? That's why we have a deal site, but so what would your hesitation be? All the plugin developers here.
Devaluation.
Right? Devaluation. That's a real fear. Anybody else? Right. So devaluation. Oh, sorry.
But at the same time, like you are getting a place to market your product.
Absolutely. So
You're getting a
typically,
platform.
correct. 100%. Spot on. So what people usually are afraid of is, I sell my plugin for $100 on my own site, and if I sell it on the deal site for like $15, the customers who bought it for $100 are going to kick me, right? Or again after that I can't sell it for $100. That's bullshit. Okay? That's absolute bullshit. The kind of audience that you can reach out to via a deal site like Mighty Deals or Deal Fuel or whatever other sites are there out there, that audience you will never have access to. Would you have access to that kind of audience? Say 50,000 subscriber list, 100,000 subscriber list. Would you ever have access to that? It may take you a long time to get access to that kind of wide audience, right? So this is a fantastic way to get that engagement, okay? So even if you sell one product at a relatively lower price, right? The volume and the engagement is huge, right? And somebody said something about lower price, etc., revenue per sale or whatever. It doesn't matter. If 1,000 people from those deal sites give you $10 today, there's a high chance they come back and give you another $10. Because like I said, if somebody crosses a barrier and gives you their mail ID, that's one step crossed. If they open their wallet and give you some money, that's another trust level that they have crossed. They will buy from you again. Provided of course you don't mess up after sales support and everything royally. Okay? Presuming you keep your plugin updated and theme updated, etc. They will give you money again. So there's nothing wrong with this. Do not again ignore this. I would suggest you even strongly go and actively and talk to people. Even if you give it as a freebie, you know, you go to these deal sites and say, I have this product, can you give it as a freebie? That also is a huge win-win for you. And share review copies. Like say for example, in the offline world, you know, so say I make cakes at home. What would I do? Eat it, yeah, but what? Something. I would bake them and I would go and give it to my friends. And I would say, you know what, here's a lovely cake I've baked. Okay? And tell me what you think about it. Do you like it? Do you think I should make it more sweet? Do you think there's enough cream on the top? What do you think I should do? And they'll say, ye theek hai, ye acha nahi hai. And I didn't like the cream, it was very sticky. They'll tell you. You ask them nicely and they'll tell you. The same thing, like I said, I'm going to hammer you on the, beat you over the head with it. The online world is not different from the offline world. Just think back and think about what you would do if you had a real life tangible product there. You would apply the same principles. It's so dead simple. I'm not a marketing person, by the way. I should tell you all. So whatever I'm telling you all is what I have learned from personal experience. Okay, I have not really done a marketing course or anything. So all I'm telling you, all of you are developers, engineers, hardcore techie people. You don't have to read a marketing book. I mean, read, but just apply your basic. See what your kirana wala does. Do that. That will help. Trust me, it will help. Right? So share review copies. Ask nicely. Write to popular blogs and say, don't just tell them write about me. Give them a review copy. Offer to walk them through it. Say, you know what, I'll have a Skype session with you. If you find it interesting, I would love to tell you more about it. And can you please write about it? They will. Run a giveaway. Again, you can go to these popular WordPress blogs, and most of these blogs want to engage with their audience. If you say, I want to run a giveaway, and in a giveaway, that fear that you had, if you still have it, about engaging with these sites, that fear also is not valid, right? You're giving away 3 copies, 5 copies, or whatever. Give those away, and blogs always say yes, always. I'm telling you from personal experience because those websites want engagement. So it's very nice, like if I have a website and I say I'm giving all these free products, my visitors are going to like me. A side effect is they like you also, but for me from a selfish perspective, I'm happy to give away freebies. So if I have a store, I have a clothes store, and somebody says, you know what, you have this boutique, why don't you give away free scarves? I'll be happy to give, because they are going to remember, my customers are going to remember me, plus when they use their product, they'll remember you as well, right? So it's, from a selfish perspective, it's good for you, and it's good for the blogs themselves. They will not. should ask them if they want me to continue.
Yeah, it's just
If they run away, I'll lock them. We have more time to plan. So. Right, so I was talking about running a giveaway. Get on to curated directories. WordPress.org is definitely, I mean, I have not written about it, not because it's not a good place to be, but because I think all of you all know about it. So, it's definitely the kind of visibility that WordPress.org gives is fantastic, but there are a lot of new curated directories that are coming. Has anybody heard of any new directories? Like Pro Plugin directory, has anybody heard of it? That's not a directory, it's a marketplace. I'm talking about curated directories which you have to submit, and then they say they go through it, they approve it. Which is what I'm talking about here. So there's Pro Plugin directory. If you haven't heard of it, you must check it out. They are just starting. They are looking for plugin submissions. Then there's Tidy Repo. Has anybody heard of Tidy Repo? Okay. These are both really fantastic platforms, and the guys out there are also very helpful. They encourage new developers. They're really nice people. So Pro Plugin Directory and Tidy Repo, if you not got it. Right? So these are the curated directories. So this is about getting people to your store. Now once you have them in your store, then what do you want to do? So say you have I'm going to resist saying you have a sari store, any other store. You have a sports music. Okay, Ajay likes music. Okay, so musical instrument store. Okay, so what do you do when somebody walks into your store? Read them. You talk to them. Okay, so correct. So they come, they walk into your store, and you say, "Hi, how can I help you? What are you looking for?" Right? What do you think we should do in the online world? Exactly that. Right? If a visitor lands on your website and they're like completely lost, I don't know what, they forget what they're looking for. Right? Forget finding. They're going to run away. So if you see your bounce rate is huge, you know something's wrong. You have to fix that first. Like I told you earlier, if you know how to get one conversion out of 100 people, all you have to do is keep multiplying your traffic. 100 people में एक conversion मिला, get 1000 people out. Then you spend money on it. Then there's no harm if you do paid AdWords, traffic, whatever else, because you know how to convert. But if you don't know how to convert, then throwing money is useless. So anyways, to come back. So somebody walks in, okay? You talk to them. So you want to do exactly that, right? When somebody comes in, you can have a simple, maybe it's your call how you want to do it. You can either have a small survey, a very non-interfering survey, or a mascot, say, which pops up on the side and says, "How can I help you today?" So if those who are interested can click on that mascot and say, "Yeah, I am lost. Your website is not really intuitive. Okay, so I want to tell you what I want." And they tell you. So you run them through a series of questions and you say, "Okay, are you interested in guitars? Are you interested in Western instruments?" I mean, I'm going with your musical instruments. I don't know too much about those. But yeah, so are you going with, do you want Western instruments? Do you want classical instruments? Do you want a guitar? What do you want? What's your budget? Run them through a series of questions and you say, "Wow, I know what you want." And in the end, redirect them to the right product page. That's what you would do. If they come into your store and you say, "Acha, I'll go back to the sari store. I don't know musical instruments." So you say, "Shadi wala sari chahiye, ya biwi ko khush karna hai, did you forget her birthday? What sort of sari do you want to buy?" And they'll say, "Okay, everyday cotton saris, go to the first floor. Otherwise, go to the second floor." Right? Same thing, same principle. Right? So set up a survey. Okay? Don't let them wander. You don't want, if you let somebody loose into your big massive store, see when you go to these big stores, okay, like you go to Pune Central or you go to Shoppers Stop, etc. Do you see how they have those massive boards everywhere? First floor पे ये मिलता है, second floor पे वो मिलता है, third floor पे वो मिलता है. Not just at the entrance. Otherwise, logic says when I walk in, I read it. यार बार-बार मेरे को क्यों याद दिला रहे? But they know that you're not going to memorize that. At every single floor, every single place you turn, they tell you exactly where you can go. So I finished my husband's shopping and I said, oh, now I have to do my shopping. Now where do I go? Right? I'm not going to write it down. Correct? So if you have everything on your homepage, that's not enough. Okay, your homepage definitely needs to be intuitive, with focus and everything, you know. But every single page of your website, don't forget about them. They'll wander, they'll run away. Their dog will bark, the maid will come, somebody will ring the bell. They'll say, "Sorry, I was doing something." Else. So keep them focused. Think about what it is that you want them to do. That's another thing, right? So say if they walk into your store again, I'll keep going back to the sari store. Suppose you have this new collection of saris, okay? By this massively popular designer. What would you do in your store? There's this new set of saris that have come. Correct. So what would you do? How would you do it? As soon as they walk in, what would you do?
Put it on the stage.
Exactly. You would put like this big board and say, limited time, there is this fantastic collection of saris, grab them while you got them. And you put it really, really big that they can't miss it. You want to do exactly that in the online world. Okay? You want to put things which you think are really important in the announcement. You know, announcements, freebies, whatever else you think of it. What can you think of it in the header bar? What can you do with the header bar?
Info bar.
Yeah?
Menu.
Okay, like a, no, what I'm talking about is, I'm talking about the little bar that you see over there. The notification bar, whatever you call it, I call it the header bar. So notification bar. Right. Do you want to put offers?
Like a coupon code or something like that.
I have deliberately not put that, but I'll come back to that. So, I've said announcements. So say like I said, the limited time offer, no, limited time products, okay, or a freebie. You're saying, you know what, take this freebie. I have this really good freebie that I would like to give to you. Or subscribe to my newsletter. This is again for the currency that I talked about, right? And we'll come back to that. I don't think the header bar is a good, notification bar is a good place to give an offer. Anybody wants to guess why?
It seems as if you're just selling.
Oh, you want to sell.
But not forcefully.
No, that's not my worry. Anybody else? My worry is when you put a sale or discount coupon over there, it's like it's already at that price. So when you go to a store and he says, normally 100 में बेचता हूँ, अभी 80 में बेच रहा हूँ. And you will say, हाँ यार 80 का है, 100 तो तुम जो भी बेचते हो, अभी तो 80 का है ना. That is the price that stays in your mind. So if you put it in your notification bar, then that exclusivity of that offer goes away and the customer doesn't feel special. So you might as well stick it in your pricing page. What's the difference? Correct? If you're going to put it over there, why isn't it on your pricing page, right? Sell it at that price if you think that it's a tempting offer. Correct? So that is why I wouldn't put it here. And I'll tell you where I would put it. Right. So again, like I was telling you earlier, any kind of currency, any kind of engagement that you can get in terms of getting a freebie, getting them to sign up to your newsletter, all of this is fantastic, right? And then you put up an exit pop-up. Now, your exit pop-up is extremely annoying if you put it at the wrong time. You want to be really careful about where you put it. But having said that, at the risk of annoying some people, it helps a lot of people. And you can use that. You can say, "अरे बिना खरीदे आप जा रहे हो." Like for example, बिना साड़ी खरीदे जा रहे हैं, and you know कि यार इसको तो खरीदनी है साड़ी. It's not even as if you have to convince them to buy a sari. That's why they walked into your sari store. So you're saying, तुम तो साड़ी खरीदने वाले हो, बाजू वाले के पास जा रहे हो, मेरे से क्यों नहीं खरीद रहे हो? What is the problem? Did you not like my collection? Was the salesman goofing up? What was the problem? You talk to them. You not just let them go away, right? So talk to them. That is the point where I would show a discount. Where I would say, don't go. Can I give you a slight discount? This is what I can afford. Can you please buy? And they'll say, if I go away from this exit pop-up, I can't see this discount anywhere else. Because it's not there. On your notification bar, it's there. They'll go, they'll do something else, they'll come back, it's still there. But on your exit pop-up, it's now or never. You got it? So give them a discount, ask for feedback. Very valuable. People who don't buy will tell you so much more than your own customers. Trust me. We've learned this the hard way. There are a lot of customers who came back to us and said, you know what, I like you all, but I won't buy from you because of this reason. And they told us a long list, which helped. We didn't like them so much in the beginning, but it helped. And now we do. They gave us a really, really, really long list. They say, website is confusing, I don't know what your products do, a whole lot of reasons. Right? So, talk to them, ask them for feedback. Tell them, it's okay if you don't want to buy from me, just please tell me why you won't. Right? So, use your exit pop-up effectively to talk to them again. If they still leave, if they added something to your cart and they went away, which means they nearly bought it, they were about to take off their wallet and they stopped. Right? Talk to them. Don't chase them or spam them, but send them a mail. It happens to me a lot of times. I buy from Amazon and Flipkart and I add some movies to Amazon and then I go and do something else. And then Amazon or Flipkart, they send an email to me after 2 days and says, "Arey, tumhare cart mein ye tha." And I say, yeah, I wanted to buy that. It was a gift to somebody. Let me go and do that. I do that very often. And I'm grateful to them for sending it to me. I do not consider it as spam. I'm really, really happy they send that to me. Because I do too many things at one go. And it helps. Right? So you want to follow up. Because they were very nearly there. And they might say, look, you know what, this guy is really trying hard for this sale. He needs it. He needs me. If you show your hunger for that sale in a nice, you need the right tone of desperation. Okay? Not like, please buy. But you're like, look, I value your business. That is the message you want to give. You want to say, I value your business and I will do whatever is required to gain your trust. That is the message you want to give. Don't come across as spammy or too needy, right? It's like if you were to try, there are only 3 girls, so I'll say that. If you were to try to pata a girl, okay? If you come off too needy, she's going to give you one kick. But if you're the right kind of, you give the right kind of messaging, it will work. So set up an automated car. Right. That's most of the things I wanted to cover about getting stuff and all. Then there are these random things I wrote about where right within your website, I believe there are a lot of things that you can do. Can you tell me about, anybody has any ideas about within your website, where can you market your product? Stuff like, I mean not in the obvious places like your pricing page, etc. Say for example, your members area. Your members area is where customers who have bought from you will come. And they will come every time to download, to update their product, to read tutorials, for documentation, for everything else. That is a place which I find in a lot of products is not utilized fully. And that's actually a fantastic place because that's where they have come on their own and said, okay, let me see what's going on. They have bought from you once. Again, like I said, don't undermine the power of them having given money to you once. They will be happy to give money to you again. So use your members area to upsell, to cross-sell. Even if you have only one product, maybe you can be the affiliate for another product. And so make sure that you trust that product as well. Others, if that product is junk, they'll lose trust in you. Right? So you can, in your members area, you can say, you know what, I'm an affiliate for this. Tell them honestly, but I love this product. Maybe you want to consider buying it. and you can make more money off that. An autoresponder series. You remember those freebies I talked about? Yeah? Giving away freebies. You want to build an autoresponder series to tell people, what would you do with an autoresponder series? Let me ask you first. Say you have a list of people who have downloaded a freebie and you want to email them. You have a premium version, you have a free version, you gave them the free version. So what will you email them about? What would you do? The one who's got the menu plugin, I'm sorry for that.
What I will do is like I will create like three plugin and menu plugin features side by side and compare them and let them know like these are the things if you would do with the pro plugin and give them a link to go to my website.
Okay. So what you would do is, you would say, what he's saying is, if you didn't get that, you do a comparison and say, this is my free plugin, there are these features, but you know what, my premium plugin has all these features, correct? So you would email them. What would anybody else, what would you do about it?
Send a discount code.
You would send a discount code, okay? That's one thing to do. What else would you do? Okay, so you send this free and premium comparison. When you told them to download the freebie, you told them your freebie is a wonderful product, correct? You said, this freebie is fantastic, download to karo yaar, dekho kya kya ho sakta hai. Now you're sending them an email and saying my freebie is junk.
I'm not saying that reading junk.
Yes, but that is what they are going to read. I mean, think of it from my perspective. I took your freebie because you told me it's nice. Now you're telling me इसमें तो कुछ नहीं है, मेरा premium लो यार.
So like if you want more features on that on top of it, then you can buy.
You're telling me your freebie is not enough to do anything?
No, like there are some things some people don't want, some people want more than that.
I'm going to stop liking you this. I'm going to unsubscribe. Right? So I understand what you're saying and it is perfect common sense to do that. But you still haven't reached that level of trust with them. If you've given a freebie, tell them how to use that first. Tell them how to get the most out of that freebie first. Correct? If you can tell them, I gave you this freebie and here's how you can get so much value from this freebie. You don't have to buy from you. Get them to use that effectively. One day when they are stuck and they need that wonderful feature your premium plugin has, they'll buy from you. Without you sending them an email. They'll come and they'll gladly give you the money without any discount. You got that? So, earn the trust first. If you don't help them, they're not going to like you. If they wanted to buy the premium one, they would have bought it in the first place. Right? So, set up an autoresponder series that does not talk about your product. I'll tell you one of the things that we've done. We basically have this program where, we develop websites, custom websites and stuff. We do it rarely, only for some of our customers, etc. But it's a no-brainer. What do you need to build a website? You need a domain, you do this, you do hosting, blah, blah, blah. I can do it in 10 minutes. Right? And we said, everybody can do this. We set up an autoresponder series where we told them all the steps that we do. We told them absolutely everything that we do. We said, you know what, you can go to GoDaddy, day one, get a domain. This is when you search whether the domain is available and this is what you do. We told them the whole thing, every single step that we do. No secrets, no holding back. So, somebody would be like, yehi sab kar rahe ho, I can do this. But there are people who can't. And they'll say, okay, those who want to do it on your own, please feel happy to do it. You are not my customer base, but I'm happy to help you. And those who read it and say, I've got another offline business I want to take care of, but if I give you $100, can you please do it for me? And I'll say, okay, I'll do it. Right? So be transparent. Don't try to hide your trade secrets. You understand? Because people can see through that. They're not fools. Correct? Anybody can read up on the net and find out how to set up a website. So that's what I mean when I say an autoresponder series. It's not to plug your own product, right? Oh, you told me this? I was sorry. Okay, I'm almost done. Okay. Your purchase, renewal and upsell workflow. Again, these are small things, but every single step or every single glitch that you have during this process distract your customer, right? So you want to focus on this every day. I think we've been constantly, it's been 3 years, 4 years since we have our website, but there's not a single day when we are not tweaking this process after 4 years. So you want to constantly review this. A/B testing again. Experiment again constantly. We are every day, every time we have some sort of changes we are doing. With the pricing, with just a simple color of the button, we are changing layouts, but we are not doing it all and wrecking the site. We are doing testing. We're changing, we are seeing how it works and then going with what it is. Right? Oh, that's actually pretty much what I mean. So, any questions? Did I meet your expectations? Can you earn more quickly and become popular? Yes? Right. Any questions? Yes, please.
So, just want to understand from your experience, what is a good bounce rate? So
What
you
is
said
a good
reduce the
bounce
bounce rate. What is a good enough bounce rate?
It really depends on from page to page.
So let's say if it's your landing page of the plugin.
See, when it's a landing page of the plugin also I'm hesitating because the landing page will differ. It's not that you have one landing page and homepage. You have different landing pages, right? Like say for example, if you're sending a mailer, okay, and you're sending a mailer about a certain thing and you're sending them to the homepage.
So let's say somebody who searched on Google, or we have a WordPress plugin and they've come to the site now just to check out more, and they are on the homepage. What's the range? Okay, I can understand there is no.
Actually, bounce rate is something that people should move beyond to a certain extent, because but the definition of bounce rate is you land on a page, you visit that one page and you leave.
Yes.
If the person is doing what he's supposed to do on that website, then how does it matter? It could be like a 90% bounce rate, but you're getting like 20% conversion also, so it's probably working.
Yeah, so if it's a squeeze page, you're just collecting emails or something, that's fine. But if you're actually, let's say, asking them to download, then there is a flow. There is a flow of going.
So I've seen websites like proper e-commerce websites, which I've worked on, with bounce rates of 25 and 30%. Alright, but the conversion rate was like below 1%.
Okay.
And I've seen proper corporate websites which go to 60 and 70. So yeah, so with content and websites where people have lot of things to do, I would suggest a 20-30% means you're healthy. Probably a corporate or just with a contact form or something, a 60 also is fine, is what I think.
Similar.
So again, that in your session.
No, I'm not. That's okay.
So similarly, like what is the typical in your experience? And I know this is a vague question, but what is the freemium to premium, free to premium conversion rate for a WordPress plugin if it's hosted?
Really good.
So what in terms of percentages? Like if I have, let's say, 1,000.
Percentages are hard to come by. But
So
like I said, even a premium,
Yes, correct.
even a free product, I would not. It's valuable to me. It's currency for me.
And so if you have a WordPress plugin, you're hosting it on WordPress, how would you actually get their emails?
How do you actually get
What
there?
are strategies that you have used?
You can't get their emails.
Exactly. So what is it that you can do so that you can...
Brand
In the dashboard, you can put a link
Tell me
for
how you can get that kind of visibility for your product. If you don't have a product on WordPress at all, the kind of traffic, the sheer volume, I mean, how would you get that, right?
No, I understand. I'm asking if there is something that in your experience has worked better than other strategies.
You have an option where you can give away that free product on your website, but I don't know how to get 30,000 installs. If I just give the free version.
Exactly. That's what we're
So
talking
you
about.
need a mix of both. You may have it on your website as well.
So,
you also need.
okay, so what you're suggesting is that within your free plugin, you will obviously have a link back to your site, let's say,
Yes.
or they will search, yes, or they will just do a Google search and find you, and this is sufficient, typically.
No, I don't do that. So what I'm saying essentially is, what you're trying to tell me is WordPress or Pidala to kya fayda hai, right?
No. What I'm asking is, you have a free plugin on WordPress.org repo.
Right.
Now, if you want to convert them, you need to get them to your site. Like if you're selling premium plugin,
What I'm telling you is, converting them is one thing,
right?
but I'm happy with what I get on WordPress. Like we have certain plugins which we're just giving away. For some we have lighter versions and stuff. For the others we have full versions. Just there. So So, which is okay.
It could be like a brand value kind of a thing.
Yeah, brand value, but like I said, trust. Don't, I mean, it's important trust. If you singularly focus on how can I make money with this, it will not happen. You have to make
For example,
friends.
if you want to make money,
That's why everywhere I say
the
turn
model is
visitors
support.
into friends, not turn visitors into
You
customers.
get plugin over there and give support.
So, okay, I'm asking to give you background. We have probably 50 plugins. Okay, we have plugins which have 8,000, 10,000 active installs on WordPress repo. We sell on WooCommerce. We sell on our own sites. We have tons of plugins. Okay, and we've experimented with a lot of things.
Sure.
So I wanted to ask from your experience that what is it that you have learned in terms of free to pro conversions, and is there anything that you found work better than any other strategy?
Free to pro is huge. Like we've got some of our businesses that maybe we can catch up offline. I don't leave all the businesses here to promote my products. But I can give you proper examples of stuff where we've had, and we've got an upgrade button and all that there, and it's a small link that says, you know what, if you want more, come here. But we've given enough in the free for people to be happy with that.
Of course.
And if you leave them feeling dissatisfied and cheated after they've downloaded your plugin, it won't work. So that's what I'm trying to say. You want to get money, but not only that. You want them to trust you. You want them to really become friends with you. Yeah. Okay. Thanks everyone.